Okay.
Right there, in this line, look up. Black thing, right there.
What do you see, Joel?
Right there. I see something, a dark figure. It looks like it's sitting down or squatting down. And its head keeps swiveling like it's looking around real slow. It's something. It's either a person or it just walked over to the pine trees from out in the clearing. It just walked over to the pine trees. I swear on everything I love. It walked on two legs. It was either human or something else, but it walked so fast, got from point A to point B without running or anything. It was just like so quick from here to there. It was amazing. It was really amazing. And I can't say it's a Bigfoot. You know, I was pretty skeptical for today, but you know, now I don't know, I starting to lean the other way now. I just keep picturing what it could have been in my mind, and I keep just checking off. No, it couldn't have been that because of this. No, it couldn't have been that because of this. It was walking on two legs, not on four. So that takes elk, that takes deer, that takes moose out of the equation. So what else do you got? You got a bear standing on 2 feet. You've got a human, and you've got a Bigfoot. Well, a bear could not have walked that fast from the clearing to the pine trees that far that fast. I've seen bear walk, and they aren't so sure-footed. So then it breaks me down to Bigfoot or a human. And judging from that distance, it was bigger than any human could have been. And so therefore, it either had to be a human in a costume, because it was black all around the head area, and then it had beigeish gray face area. But it was, I could see the head was way larger than there's a deer right there in front of us. We're following it down the road. There's just so much wildlife over here that it's just amazing. I mean, they just have so much stuff they could eat. But getting back to that, I just can't see it being a human. So it only leaves you one other option. And even a human in some kind of suit could have. It wasn't even running. It was just striding so fast and such long strides. I just don't see how a human could have made that distance that quick. We came out this afternoon to Cascade Springs. I've been wanting to come up here for a long time, just to show my family the springs. And since summer has gotten more into this Bigfooting, I always had that in the back of my mind. I think Cascade Springs would be a great place. It's got all the things for an animal's survival. And so when we started doing this, that was the first place I said, I want to go to Cascade Springs. Well, that was the first place we tried to come, and it was closed. The road closes in the fall, and then it opens back up in the spring. So we came today, and we got up there, and we're looking around the springs and looking up and walking around. How long were we walking? Maybe 20? Just you think about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes. I think maybe more like 15, but it could have been 10. And I just happened to look back at the hill because I always think of that video that I seen of the Bigfoot striding across that hill. And so I'm always looking at the hills to when we're doing this to see if I could see something like that or film something like that. So I'm looking up there, and I seen out in the clearing a dark figure, and it looked like it was kneeling or sitting or even just kind of crouched over. And I was like, no, that's nothing. But I kept looking at it at the area that I would suspect that it would be its face, and it was just too perfect. It was black around the head, and then it was lighter where the face area was, beige, gray, not like a real light beige. That's the only way I can really describe it is beige with the tint of gray in it. And so I stare at it for a while, and then I seen its head move and pan around and then go back like it was staring at us. And I just got the chills. All the hair on my hand on my arm stood up. And that's when I said, Summer, you got to see this. You got to see this. And so, of course, you'll see in the video where I'm trying to video it and telling her all about it. Then she sees it. Then Rosie sees it. And then as we're looking and we're trying to get different vantage points to see it and video it and trying to zoom in, and my camera won't zoom in, and we're looking at it for how long? You think 3-4 minutes? And I think it looked like it started looking around more, like it maybe like it seen us and knew that we seen it. So it started looking around more, and it started moving a little more aggressively, and then I seen it walk over to the pines on the other side of the ridge, and I about shit my pants. It was pretty scary. And then as we're looking up there, because I seen it go over in the pines, and I was like, it's got to be there somewhere. And so I keep looking at the pines, and then all of a sudden this same thing appears, like it's just peeking around the pine tree, like it's just looking like half of its body is around the pine tree, like it's staring at us, and I don't think it knows that I can see it. It just stays there looking around at me. I don't think bears do that kind of stuff.
They call that tree peeking. There's a term for it.
And, well, I don't know anything about this tree peeking or any of that stuff, but it was pretty crazy what I seen. It was pretty wild.